帮我按一下摄影那个录影。啊，好，谢谢。来，我们先问问题吧，作业第几页？对，这位看一下，你都有写吗？哈，没写完哦，还是有写的就先问，尽量在上课前把作业写完，然后问题问完。有没有？第几页？230。好，230到236。好，来，那你要问第几个题组？11的第几？1。好，11的1，是不是？好，来，11的1呢，它要问的是哈。我们先检讨作业哈，作业现在题组11，题组11的第一题，我们要表达互相的概念有2个讲法，第一个叫做 each other，each other 指的是2者之间的互相。那如果是3个以上的互相，那要讲 one another。OK， 好，这个是11的1。所以男人之间跟女人之间哈，彼此是怎么的不同 ？OK 吗 ？Different from 是指和什么不同的意思？男人跟女人之间到底有什么不一样的地方 ？OK， 还有哪一天问？中午你要赶快尽快补课了哈。还有就是我们12题，题组12的，再一次5，好来，题组12的第5题，题组12，然后第5题的题目呢 ，A 选项 likewise 是同样的。然后呢 ，to begin with 是首先 ，as a matter of fact 是指事实上，就等于 in fact、in effect 就可以。D 选项是之后 ，OK， 所以题组12的第5题，在那之后，或者是当他们呢？这个吃很饱的时候，他们可能就想要去玩 ，OK？ 来，还有哪题？好，后面要把它写完了啊。那我们上次来跟我讲到第几页？看一下，上次讲到第几页？239讲了吗？好，不是239，257讲完了，对不对？第8课应该讲完，那要看第9课了，是不是？对吧？所以应该看到284页咯，对吗？对哈，好，谢谢。284页。好，补课的同学请看到284页。Page 284, there are some different terms we talk about. 啊，这个有些片语我们快速来跟大家解释一下啊。来，第一个 ，send somebody off. Well, when we say send somebody off, means that you are going to see somebody off. We can also use another term. Instead of using the word send, we can also say see somebody off. I can see you until you are out of the sight. So see somebody off. For example, your friend is going to the USA to study, so you are going to see him off or to send him off at the airport. So say goodbye to somebody. All right? Okay, so that's the first one talking about. And the second one is look to. To look to somebody means to depend on somebody. To depend on, to rely on somebody. Alright, so that's the term look to. Next one is pull over. Pull over means that when you are driving a car, if you are speeding, then the police officer will probably ask you to pull over. It means that you have to stop your car and park it along the road. So the police officer will probably question you about something, all right? So to pull over means that you have to drive your car to the side of the road so that the police officer may have some question to talk to you. To pull over, all right? And next one is all manner of, all right? All manner of means all kinds of. Well, you can say all manner of or all kinds of. To talk about the variety of something. Okay? The next one is reflect on something. To reflect on something means that you are thinking about something seriously. For example, you come here for the class, when you go back, you should reflect on what the teacher has taught you so that you can understand it. So to reflect on something, think about something seriously. Okay? The word reflect, the meaning of the word reflect means that maybe this is the wall, and if there's a light coming here, so it will reflect. This action is reflect. That's right, okay, so you reflect. The teacher taught you something, you go back home, you reflect on something, you think about it in your brain, all right? Okay, so that's the term reflect. And then next one is set out. To set out, that means that you prepare everything you need and then you can start to go. Then you are ready to go. Okay? You set everything you need. And then you are ready to go out. So we can say set out. Let's set out means that, okay, everything is prepared. So let's set out. All right? And then the next term we talk about is in the meantime. When we say in the meantime, it means that at the same time. It means that two things happen at an identical time in the meantime. And that is a narrow escape. You know the word escape? Escape means that you are running away from a place. Or maybe you are in a prison and then you are escaping, means that you run out of the prison. So escape. Okay? And the word narrow is different from the word wide. When you say something is narrow, it means that there is not much space. So when you say something is wide, oh, there's a lot of space between them. So it's narrow and wide. Narrow, not much space. So a narrow escape means that you luckily run out of something. If you do not have the luck, you probably wouldn't be able to escape, to run out of it. So we can say to A narrow escape. All right. And then is bring something to mind. When we say bring something to mind, means that you are going to reflect on something. This thing come back to your mind. Okay, so now you remember. If you're looking back on something. The next one is be looking to. Usually we're using the present continuous to talk about be looking to do something. It means that you try to do something. Be looking to. Okay, so that's the different terms we talk about here. Any question? Okay. So before we move on, we also think about there are some phrases which starts with a verb. You have to know their reflexive form, the past tense, and the past participle. When you take a look at the verbs over here, right? For example, the first word is send. Do you know the past tense of the word send? Just like go, went, gone. Go is the reflexive form. Went is the past tense. Gone is the past participle. So we're talking about these words. We start with a verb, then you must know their three different forms, right? So what is the past tense of the word send? Very good, thank you very much. So the first thing we're going to check is that this word is ABB. So what does it mean ABB? It means that the past tense and the past participle are identical. The B will be sent. Look is pretty easy. You simply put ed, right? And pull, you also put ed over here. Reflect, you also put ed. So these are easier ones. So the only thing you have to pay attention is the word send. All right. And next one you see is the word sent. It's relatively easy because it's AAA. AAA means that all of them are the same. We use the same word, so we set. And another thing for you to remember is the word bring. That will be bring, brought. It's BROUGHT. Alright? So when it comes to a verbal phrase, you have to think about the differences by using different tenses. Sometimes you have to use past participle. Sometimes you have to use the past tense. Sometimes you have to put it in S. Don't forget about that. Alright? That's the most important thing in English. Okay, so let's review all these different terms. 送行怎么说 ？Very good. Yeah, 依赖 Look to. 它跟 be looking to 差在哪里 ？Look to 是仰赖，对不对？如果你写 be looking to 什么意思？试图的意思哈。来，靠边停叫做 pull over， 各式各样叫做 omero， 认真思考 reflect on， 出发 set up， 同时侥幸的逃过一劫 a narrow escape， 回想起 Very good。 好，那就你们两个同学分别练答了哈。今天大家分担的内容要多一点哈，相对来讲是不是比较容易记住哈？来，松友就从你开始吧。第一题，再一次，古希腊的叫做最后面两个字。Ancient Greeks， 所以这个句子是被写成被动哦。对，所以第一个是要写的这样，叫做 prophet。A prophet is someone who can predict what will happen in the future. So he or she might tell you, usually maybe it's a witch or maybe it's a wizard. Alright, so this is what we call a prophet. Okay, so prophets were regularly looked to or looked to. You have to put idiom here, alright? So that's the first thing here. And ancient, the word ancient means that very, very long time ago. A-N-C-I-E-N-T, ancient. It is not recent, it is a very long time ago. And if we're talking about a country, then we can use the word Greece. G-R-E-E-C-E is the name of the country. If people who live in Greece, it is called Greek. Alright? So this is the name of the country, Greece. And this is the people who live in Greece is called Greek. Or the language they speak is also called Greek. Alright? It could be the language or it could be the people who live in Greece. Alright? Okay, so that's the first thing, the first sentence. Prophets were regularly looked to for advice by ancient Greeks. Question number 2. These underprivileged orphans. So the first thing you have to think about is the word underprivileged. Okay? For example, in Taiwan, do you think children in Taipei City are underprivileged? Or do you think children here, or maybe in Sanju, or maybe far away in a remote area, who would be likely to be underprivileged? In Taipei? In Sanju, in a remote area, alright? Because kids in Taipei, you know, their parents have better jobs, the parents make more money, so probably they are not underprivileged. Alright? But for those children who live far away from the city, they are probably underprivileged. It means that their parents probably do not have a very good job opportunity, they wouldn't be able to make a lot of money, so they are underprivileged. Alright? Okay, very good. So we have the answer over here is called underprivileged. Okay? P-R-L-H-E, sorry. Underprivileged. Okay? So we can also divide the word into, you can take a look at the word, it's kind of long. You can forget about the word under, and you can also about the word ed over here, because this is an adjective. Alright? So there's another word for you to learn is the word privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-A-G-E, this is the word privilege. Privilege means the special power. For example, the emperor, the king. Now we do not have a king in Taiwan, we have a president, right? But imagine that a very long time ago in China, there are emperors, there are kings. A king has a lot of privilege, all right? They can do whatever they want because they are the king or the emperor, all right? Okay, now the president do have some privilege, but it's different from a very long time ago. All right, A privilege is a special power that they can do something upon. And underprivileged means that they do not have the special power. Okay? Relatively, they have less ability to do something that's underprivileged. Alright, so that's number 2. Let's move on to the next question over here is that these underprivileged orphans. Orphans are the kids who do not have parents. Then they are called orphans. Orphans are kids who do not have their parents. And where do these kids go? If a kid has no parents, where do they go? They go to an orphanage. Orphanage is the home to orphans. Okay? They take care of the orphans. So orphanage is the home to take care of these orphans. So what do we call it? It's a place to house the orphans. So it's an orphanage. All right. Okay, so this is some term that I hope you do understand. So these underprivileged orphans have to come again? Have. Very good. Have looked to, have relied on. So the answer here is looked to. You have to remember to put ed over here. All right. So this is question number 2. Let's move on to number 3 over here. These photos. Very good. These photos bring to mind. Okay. So we can say bring to mind, to make somebody think of something. Bring to mind. All right, let's move on to number 4. You must prepare a long time before going to cross the vast desert unfit. All right. So there's one thing we call vast. V-A-S-T. Vast. Vast is an adjective. And the word desert, you know what desert is? It's not desert, it's desert. Desert is spelled as D-E-S-S-S-E-R-T. This is a dessert, and this is a desert. So the difference between the dessert and the desert, a dessert is something you eat after each meal. After you finish your meal, you probably have some cakes or some, I don't know what ice cream. These are desserts, all right? Okay, so it is something sweet you eat after dinner, after each meal. Some people wouldn't call it a meal without a delicious dessert, okay? They like to have dessert. However, a desert is not something you are going to eat. A desert is a place which is very, very hot in the morning and very, very cold at night. And there is almost no water for you to find in a desert. Only if you're in a desert, there's only one place you can find water. It's what we call oasis. Oasis is a place where you can find water. So if this is a desert, then there is probably a place called oasis. Oasis is the only place that you can find the water in a desert. So what is it? Very good, okay? So a desert, in a desert, usually people ride camels, right? So this is a desert, okay? And this is oasis. Sometimes after it rains in a desert, there will probably a chance for a oasis to be found. All right, that's the word oasis. And vast. Vast means very, very big. Usually when you see a desert, you cannot see the end, right? It's very wide, right? Meaning that the range is so big. Okay, so that's the term we're talking about here. Some special words for you to memorize. So you have to write down here. Okay, so let's move on to question number 4 here. It said, you must prepare for a long time before going to cross the vast desert on foot. So what do you think the answer to question number 4? Set out, very good. However, you cannot simply put set out because he said before. If I say before you set out, then you can write down set out. It's okay. Before you set out. But you didn't say before you set out, so what are you going to do? Before, very good, exactly over here. So the answer I'm going to put over here is before setting out. Thank you very much. You did a very good job. All right, so that's the question number 4. And now let's move on to question number 5. This one over here is that the police signal Bob to pull over. Very good. Which make it. Okay, the answer to the first one is pull over. Alright, and there's a word called confuse. Do you remember what it means? Confuse. Every day you go to school. Yeah, that's right. This is you. This is your brain. You use your brain to think, right? Every day you go to school, your teacher teach you English, your math teacher, your content teacher teach you math, or maybe biology. Everything flows to your brain. So if you don't study really, really hard, you'll probably get confused. All the knowledge, you can see knowledge in English, knowledge in math, knowledge in biology, everything flows to your brain. Okay, so you probably get confused because you cannot understand too much information go to your mind, all right? So the flow means that just like the water is moving, then it's called flow. These knowledge flow into your brain. Okay, so you will probably get confused. You cannot tell which is which, all right? So the word confuse meaning that to make people bewildered. All right. However, the answer to this question over here, you cannot simply put confuse over here. You have to put a D over here. So made which confused, because we're talking about past tense over here. Okay? So that's the answer to question number 5. The word confuse. Something confuse someone means that you don't know what to do. Alright? Okay? So next one, that's question number 5. We're going to move on to question number 6. My son told me not to. What do you think over here? Well, you can try to use the word disturb. D-I-S-T-U-R-B. Disturb. Disturb is the verb that we're talking about. Okay, when you use the word disturb, don't disturb me means that please don't talk to me, don't play joke with me, I don't want to do anything with you now. All right, to disturb somebody means to bother somebody. Don't disturb me means that please leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. Okay, all right. So he said that number 6, my son told me not to disturb him. Okay, I should not talk to him. I should not say something to him, whatever I shouldn't do to attract him. Okay, so his son told me not to disturb him because he wanted to. Very good, thank you very much. He wanted to reflect on something, all right? To reflect on something means that you have to think about something really, really hard, okay? To reflect on something. All right, so we finished number 6. We're going to move on to question number 7. Next one, number 7. Ryder had Thank you very much. So we're going to use the term be looking to do something. Means that try to do something, okay? And then there's a term we call it come true. When we say something come true, it means that something is realized. It was carried out. For example, your dream is supposed to be in your brain. Your dream, you cannot touch your dream, right? It's in your brain, you're thinking about it. That is something in your mind, right? So you make your dream come true. It means that, oh, now you can see your dream because maybe you want to have a company of your own, now you can see your company, so you make your dreams come true, all right? Okay, so let's move on to the next one, question number 8. Nathan dozed off while driving and crashed into the safety island blank. So what do you think the answer over here? Maybe we should talk about doze off first. So the term doze off, sometimes if you are really, really tired, so in class, you will probably doze off. Means that you will probably nod off. You take a sleep. You are too tired. Doze off. That's right, very good. You sleep in class. All right? You keep nodding your head. Okay? So this is the term doze off. All right? So Nathan dozed off means that when he was driving, he accidentally fell into sleep, all right, and crashed into the safety island. Did he die? No, he didn't die. So what are you going to say? Have a narrow escape, all right? But you cannot only say have a narrow escape. Because you can see there's a comma. You know what comma is? Comma? This is a comma. Comma. You see comma, alright? But you see no and, A-N-D. You didn't see any A-N-D, so what you're going to do is doing the participle structure. So we have to find out whether Nathan actively or passively have a narrow escape. Which one? Heavy or head? You have to think about this part. No, not head. 他90一声还是他背90一声？主动写 VIG 被动写 BP， 所以这里是主动 ，OK？ So having a narrow escape， 所以也是这个词 having a narrow escape. Okay, so that's number 8. Let's move on to number 9 over here. As the visitors strolled up and down the night market, they climbed on. So what do you think? There's one thing we want to talk about is the word stroll. S-T-R-O-L-L. The word stroll. To stroll means to walk. This is stroll, all right? But if the difference is that when you stroll, you do not go to a specific place. Just like if I'm going to the park, you simply go to the park. If I'm strolling, means that I'm not going to the park or anywhere else. I just go wherever I want to go. All right? Okay? Without a specific purpose. Where do you want to go? Keep going. Stroll. Up and down means here and there. Around. Up and down, back and forth. Do you remember the term? Okay. So number 9 over here is that as the visitors strolled up and down the night market, they played on blank delicious local snacks. So number 9, the first thing, what do you think? Of course you can say eat, right? To eat, or you can use another word, feast. F-E-A-S-T, feast. Yeah, that's right, very good. But you have to put ed over here, so it's feasted. To feast, what is the difference between feast and eat? Well, we can say eat dinner. It simply means eat. But we say feast means that you are going to eat something very, you're going to see a lot of different kinds of food. It's very abundant. You know word abundant? Abundant means that there is a very big variety. You can see various kinds of food. For example, the king, the emperor, very long time ago, they feast. You can see there's so many different kinds of dishes on the table. 满汉全席. Oh, they feast on it. But if we say eat, you simply means this. You're eating something. Alright? To feast means that, oh, there is so much delicious food on the table. Alright? Okay? So, number 9. As the visitors strolled up and down the night market, they feasted on. What do you think? All manner of. Very good. So the answer to number 9 is all manner of. Well, you can say all manner of, all kinds of, or all sorts of. That's the different way we talk about it. Alright? So the different way we talk about what this term is that all kinds of. Or you can say all sorts of, or you can say all manner of. Alright? Kind means sort. Okay? So, for example, if you are going to dump the trash, means that you're going to take out your trash. Before you take out your trash, you should sort the trash. You cannot put all the trash together. We have to sort the trash first. For example, if there is some paper, then you put papers together. there is some bottle, then you put some bottles together. We don't want you to put everything together because we can recycle the bottle. We can also recycle the paper. But there are some things we do not recycle. For example, use the tissue. You're not going to recycle it, right? Okay, so these are really trash. So we put trash together. However, we have to sort the trash into different kinds, right? So sort means kind. Okay? So if we talk about the term sort, it's a verb. It means that we are going to put something into different category. Right? So the noun form of it is that it depends on different kinds of something. So you can say all sorts of something or all kinds of something. And in this unit, we're going to talk about all manner of something. Okay? Alright? But you do not put an S over here. Okay? Alright, so that's number 9 over here. We finished question number 9. We're going to move on to number 10. So, what is the first word? I'll give you some hint. Have you ever been to Costco? Carrefour, Costco, right? B&Qs. What are they? Are they convenience store? No, convenience stores are like 7-Eleven or Family, right? Or OK. These are convenience stores. So Carrefours, are they supermarkets? Are they supermarkets? No, they are not supermarkets. It's hypermarket. Alright? A hypermarket means that they sell cheaper. Why they can sell cheaper? Because they have a lot of goods at one time. So the manufacturer will sell them in a lower price. So when you go to a hypermarket, you can buy cheaper stuff. Okay? Because you can see there's a great amount of it. That's all we use the word. Hyper. Okay? So it's a hypermarket, not a supermarket. Okay? Alright, so that hypermarket promotes all manner of. Thank you very much. So the answer we're going to put in here is all manner of. All manner of something. Okay. Well, do you know the meaning of the word manner? Anyone? No? Manner. What is a manner? What does it mean? You probably wouldn't know what the word means, right? Manner. Okay. So manner, usually, it means that you are a student, right? When you go to school, your teacher will ask you to put on your uniform, to put on a pair of white socks, or maybe black socks, I don't know, or the teacher will probably ask you, you have to put on your hat, or you have to put some white sneakers or black sneakers, I don't know. So you have to follow the rules, okay? And when you eat, you cannot put your elbows on the table. You don't do this. This is very impolite. If you do this, you do not have manner. That's right, very good, thank you. 礼仪的意思 ，OK？ 那为什么 all manner of 是各式各样的？那每个国家有不同的礼仪吧，对
对不对？所以我们用不同的礼仪来表达它的多样性的意思，可以接受哈？印度人就吃饭是用手抓，他们的礼仪是这样嘛，对不对？我们是拿筷子，西方是拿刀叉，它是有好多不同的样子体现出来，就叫 all manner of， 这样知道了吗？如果他单指礼仪这件事情的时候，礼仪我们会加一个 s。OK，For example, watch your manners. What does it mean? 请注意你的什么礼仪 ？OK， 这个时候就要小写哦。这时候当可数名词，每一个细节你都要注意到，这是本身是礼仪的意思。那我们写 all manner 是指说各国各式各样的礼仪嘛，那就不讲的是代表很多样化的意思。OK， 而不是要去捕捉那个小细节。一般我们指礼仪的时候都是用复数表达，但是你要表达它的多样性的时候，所以这个是强调那个细节都要注意到，所以它是可数，一般都会加 s， 但是各式各样的话就不加。OK， 这里怕你们听不懂，所以用中文解释一下。Alright. So that's number 10. We are hypermarket and all manner of. Hope you understand what I'm talking about. Alright, so let's move on to question number 11 up here. When Angela departed to Taipei for college, her whole family went at the train station. So what do you think the answer to this one? Come again? Sent or sent. S-E-N-T, okay? Don't forget to change the tense to the sentence, all right? Sent her off. And there's one word which is different from arrive. The word is one called depart. The other is arrive, okay? What is the difference? This is Taiwan. Your friend is taking an airplane. So you are in Taiwan. So you probably ask your friend, when will you depart Taiwan or arrive Taiwan? This is called arrive, right? Okay? Okay, your friend stays here for like 2 weeks and now he is going to depart. Alright? Arrive, depart. Okay? So that's the difference. And the difference between arrive and arrival, this is the verb, this is the noun. So the difference between depart and departure is the verb and this is the noun. That's the difference we're talking about. Okay. So we finished question number 11 here when Angela departed Taipei for college. Her whole family sent her off at the train station. Alright, so we finished number 11. Let's move on to number 12. Lessa was by the locals after staying in the village in Peru for days. So what do you think the answer here? Very good. Sent off. Because we use passive voice in a sentence, there's a sent off. Right? Number 13, Sue Yeah, exactly. Sue is looking to do something. Right? 这是个雨水，我一下。Okay, let's take a look at number 14 over here. Eric. Very good. So we are supposed to set out, right? So if I talk about where you are going, in this case, it's London. So we say set out for London. Okay, you can tell people where you are going by writing down the word for. So we can simply say set out. For example, hey, let's set out. Means that let's go, right? But you can also say set out for your destination. The destination is the place you want to go, all right? So in question number 14, we're going to say that Eric set out for London on business trip. Okay, so to this one, number 14, set out for. And there is no need for you to change anything on the verb set. Because we've talked about like the past tense and the past participle is identical. Exactly the same word, set. So the answer to this one is set out for. Alright, that's number 14. Now let's move on to number 15 over here. Is that the passenger had, next one please. Escape. Very good. Had a narrow escape. Okay? Had a narrow escape. Okay, so we're going to talk about the word narrow. I'll give you more information on the word narrow. Okay? Sometimes you can say, oh, he is so narrow-minded. Think about a term that, what does a narrow-minded person mean? He is narrow-minded. Means that his mind is so narrow. Okay? What does it mean? That's right. Narrow-minded. It's what we say in Chinese also, right? Because we use the term narrow-minded. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one, number 16. I'm going out to do some grocery shopping later. In the meantime, thank you very much. So we're going to write out in the meantime. In the meantime. So there's a term we call it grocery shop. So you know what the word grocery means? Grocery. So if you want to know how the commercial products are sold, think about the different time we have on the timeline over here. Okay. Probably in the beginning we have a grocery store. Okay? A grocery store, grocery means
everyday necessity. This means everyday necessity. Necessity is something you need. So everyday necessity means that something you need every day. For example, you probably need tissue every day. You probably need water every day. Alright? So these are everyday necessities. Alright? It could be anything that you need in your everyday life. So a grocery store is a store who sells drinks, who sells tissue, who sells something you need every day. Alright? And then we have 7-Eleven. So what is 7-Eleven? What is 7 and 11? What does the two numbers stand for? Why do we use 7 and 11? Why do we use 3-5? Why do we use 6-10? We don't use the term 7, the number 7. Does it mean anything? No, it's not 7 days. 7 doesn't mean 7 days in the beginning. What does 7 mean? Why not 8? Why not 9? What is 7? No? Okay. So in the very beginning, the first 7-Eleven, it means that the grocery store opens at 7 o'clock. And it closed at 11 o'clock at night. Alright? So 7 and 11 means the time the grocery store is open or is closed. Alright? And then later on, it's not 7-Eleven. It's 24/7. Okay? 7-Eleven becomes 24/7. So what does 24/7 mean? What does 24 mean? What does 7 mean? How many hours are there in a day? 24. So 24 means 24 hours in a day. And the 7 over here means that 7 days a week. So when we say something is 24/7, it means non-stop. Alright? So whether it's 7-Eleven or what we call the 24/7, these are convenience stores. CONVENIENCE. Alright? And later on you can see we got supermarket. And also we have, what else? Today we have one more word. It's written over here, but I already said, what is it? Like Carrefour, Costco, these are what we call hypermarket. Alright? So that's how we sell things. Very, very long time ago, you can see grocery store. Alright? Do we still have grocery store now? Very few, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But you can see a lot of convenience stores. Alright? Sorry, I forgot the word convenience stores. Not only 7-Eleven, right? You can also have some other kinds of convenience stores. Alright. So we got the word grocery, so you can see the word grocery store. Okay, so let's move on to question number 16 on here. I'm going out to do some grocery shopping later, and then in the meantime, oh sorry, number 16 put in capital letter, not in the lower case, right? Because it's a period here, right? Okay, and then we're gonna move on number 17. Leo
had more over the days as he was trying to.
Okay, thank you.
I think maybe it's was will be better because he was stopped by the police officer, right? It's not that it was. So Leo was pulled over or Leo got pulled over. Number 18, the very last question we have over here is my grandfather and I. What do you think? Yeah?
Looked to each other.
Very good. Looked to each other. All right. And I started to
Reflect to my future he has a good.
reflect to my future. It's reflect to, reflect on, right? Okay. When he died or when he passed away. Okay. 好，这是284页我们教的这些片语，请务必背熟一点，再分过来写，好不好？啊，还是整理一下黑板。今天盛威没有来，那就交给你了，松耀，要给你的积分数嘛。好，1号算格子啊，好，我先查一下。帽子都戴起来了。 只有2个，好，很好。他们在哪里？来，先看一下第一大题。第一个送行，来怎么说？先到，还是脱掉？第一个没问题哈，send off，对不对？你也可以说 send off， send off。第二个呢，叫做 to。第三个 pour over。第四个 all manner of。第五个 reflect on。再来 stand out。再来 in the meantime。侥幸逃过一劫 ，a narrow escape。回想起，试图 ，be looking to。好，第一题填什么？第一题 look to 答对了，后面呢？进口叫 import，port 是港口的意思，进到港口里面啊，这变名词 importation。第二题你们是写 bring 还是写 brought？ 应该写 brought to mind。好，第三题 poured over。第四题 set out。第五题 reflect on。再来回问 fool around， 加个 ing fooling around。第六题 all manner of。第七 have a narrow escape。第八 look to。第九，再一次，再一次 ，send off 第10 is looking to 11 set out 12 in the meantime 13 再次 has 还是 was？ 因为是被动式，不是 had 啦，因为被动式是 be 动词加 pp， 所以是谁 ？was 或者是 not 啊，或者那些 was 可以脱掉。14题 reflect 吗？要不要 ed？ 对啊，对啊。15题 brought to mind， 还是有写的 bring 啊？还是你们有没有改到？有啊，后面 escape 对不对？16 set out， 然后呢 4 再来呢 looking 17 all manner of， 最后 send him off， 有几个？你数了吗？几个？53个，满分106，来打一下。其他的名字后面都打请假的假就可以了。好，用106扣1个2分。帮我登记一下你的分数啊。好了吗？还没。 好了吗？
会干嘛？是多少？
106啊，就跟之前一样，你就复制之前的贴上就好了，然后再开始改分数，对不对？好，登记好了吗？好，那我们看一下下一个288页吧。好，288页我们要教同学说有可能会怎么样，或者是不可能怎么样，或者是倒不如怎么样。好，来，我们先看一下第一个句型，有上面写给你们吗？
你是说
这上面。
那个填空？
我全部都写给你看的，对不对？好，那就不用填了哈。来，首先呢，第一个，we talk about when somebody be likely to do something. It means that there is a good possibility that somebody will do something. So be likely to do something. Or you can say somebody may well do something. So there are two different ways for you to talk about it. First is that be likely to do something, or you can say may well do something. Okay? The word likely is an adjective. It means that there is a great possibility that someone is going to do something. We can also start a sentence by saying it. You can say be likely to do something or may well to do something. Alright? However, if you're going to rewrite a sentence by saying it is likely, then we say that it is likely for somebody to do something, or it is likely that. 看最上面那一行，有没有看到？你也可以用 it is likely for somebody to do something, or it is likely that somebody is going to do something. Let's take an example of the first one over here. If he keeps coming late all the time, he may well lose his job. 所有地理交给你了，老师应该怎么写？他有可能会干嘛？丢掉饭碗，对不对？丢掉他的工作哈。他有可能丢掉饭碗，有4种讲法。题目是不是 may well？ 那是一种，对不对？第二种是不是 be likely to？ 所以应该是 to lose it. That's right, very good. OK， 好，所以第一题我们有答案了哈。第一题 ，if he keeps coming late all the time. 后面呢，如果先写人的话，就变成了 he is likely to lose his job. 有没有可能写 it？Think about the question that I asked up here. We can say he may well lose his job. He is likely to lose his job. What else can we rewrite the sentence? Well, we can say he is likely to lose his job, right? Or we can say he may well lose his job. Okay? Or we can say it is. 有没有看到最上面那一行 ？It is likely
for him to lose his job.
Yeah, for somebody to do something. Or it is likely that or it is likely that he loses his job, right? Okay. All right, so that's the different term we talk about in the first one. 来，我们先看第二题咯。It is likely to be cold in the mountains, so wear a warm coat. 用 may will 改写就变成了 it is may will 还是 it may well？ It may well 不是 it may well cold。It may well 后面不会加 cold 是形容词。
对。啊 ？It may well be。
对 ，be cold，对对对。It may well be cold in the mountains, so wear a warm coat. So we finished number 2. 第三题 Sweep off one's feet over you. 可以放下来 Sweep be swept off one's feet over somebody. 代表什么意思啊？我的脚被扫倒了。就是我们中文讲败在某人的石榴裙下，这样懂了吗 ？OK， 因为他按英文是所有脚都倒下来的 ，OK， 好，来，所以怎么办？用 I am。谢谢你答对了，来，请同学们。I'm likely to be swept off my feet over you. 来，第二个句型，我们要怎么做？如果不可能的话，就写成 be unlikely to do something。否定的话就 may 的后面加 not，may will 的后面加 not。Sorry。我把 likely 改成什么 ？unlikely。那 may will 后面加 not。OK。May will not do something， 就会从可能变到不可能。所以 it is unlikely for Jennifer to accept an offer like this。你要珍妮佛去接受这样的一个提案啊，是不大可能的。所以如果用 Jennifer 先写的话。之后有同意吗？可以哈，你同意他的答案吗？那你再念一次看。Unlike 还是 unlikely？ 再一次。
Jennifer is unlikely to accept an offer like this.
OK 吗？可以好。 好，哲伟第二题交给你了。It is unlikely that Sue joined a swimming club because of her hydrophobia. 画起来。Hydro 就是水的意思。Phobia 就是 fear。Hydro means water, phobia means fear. Fear 就是恐惧的意思。所以你英文只要看到什么什么 phobia， 就是指他怕这个东西。OK？ For example, acrophobia. If you have acrophobia, means that if you go up, you'll be very scared. It's acrophobia. If you have hydrophobia, you don't want to touch water. If you touch water, you feel afraid. Okay? Xenophobia. Xenophobia means that if you see an American or an European, anyone who is not from Taiwan, a foreigner, if you see a foreigner, you feel afraid, then you have xenophobia. Alright, there are many different kinds of phobia because of each individual is very different. Okay? The term that I said about is xenophobia. Xenophobia is that you are afraid of foreigners. Okay? Someone who is not from your country and you are afraid of them, then you have xenophobia. There are many different kinds of phobia. If you take a look at a book, then you are afraid of books, then you have bibliophobia. So there are many different kinds of phobia, alright? Anyway, if you see phobia means fear, you must be afraid of something. So over here we're talking about hydrophobia. Because of her hydrophobia, so it is unlikely that Sue joined a swimming club. Alright, because since she has hydrophobia, it's impossible for her to get into the water, right? 好，我们解释了这个是叫做 hydrophobia。所以我们来看一下下面的，用15改写。Very good. Sue may will not have joined a swimming club， 对不对？今天没什么太大问题啊。最后一题 It was unlikely that these pictures have been taken in Brazil. These pictures were unlikely. Be unlikely have what? To have been taken in Brazil. Okay?第三个句型是 may as well， 你也可以写 might as well。might。may as well, might as well， 倒不如的意思。这个时候就不是可能了。OK， 不妨来做这个事。might跟 may 都可以。这个句会浪费时间，倒不如还待在家里。The party was， 看一下。好，接着句哦，来。The party， 好来。The party was a complete waste of time。早知道我们就先回家了。早知道我带着讲 I might as well have stayed home。第二题 ，Since no one is going to ask any question, we may well, we might as well 都可以哈。We may as well, we might as well call it a day. Call it a day 就是指到此为止的意思，把这个时间点叫做一天吧，就到此为止。Alright. 选择一给松佑，2就给泽伟哈。来一来讲，选几？今天已经是最后的期限了哈。你怎么样？他们怎么样？你倒不如就记一记好了，说明他们有机会会接受的，对不对？倒不如叫做。对 ，may as well， 对不对？有可能呢？啊？哪一个上面的？啊？大哥，不是在这里吗？没位啊，加一个谁？倒不如啊。对不对？今天是截止日了，我看你倒不如就记一记吧，反正说不定有可能会接受吧，懂我意思吗？哈，所以你才能选 C。第4题。 决策题。C 后面不会加 to。May 是 will 后面要加原形，它是写 to 哦。知道我意思啊？它题目后面是不是有 to try food， 对不对？它是不是有个 to？ 可是你写 may will 或 may as well 只会写 try， 不会加 to。所以知道选题。猪答对了，好，大大的提高他们尝试食物的可能性。因为看到爸妈吃什么，他们也跟着吃嘛，他的意思是这样。OK， 好，下面有12题，满分120，一题10分，加油啊！高一下来了，那不然这里我们下课再讲，好不好？我们先拿出来。
真希望。
来啦，
回家作业，
回家做。练。
写哪里？我弄到。
哦。
写后面。292到294，好吧？题组1到6，可以吗？帮我打上去。292到294，题组1到6。